Hey sister girl, let's talk, because lately I've been feeling so far behind in life. I've been feeling overwhelmed. I've been feeling like just over it all. I work a 9 to 5, but I also want to be a full-time content creator. I want to get out of that 9 to 5 and go to being a full-time content creator and entrepreneur. And I've just been feeling like, where do I start? What do I invest in? And I know that I'm not alone, so I just want to get on here and give you tips on the things that I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I'm feeling behind. The first thing I do is I do my hair. I do my hair so I can feel like myself again. I do my hair so I can feel like, okay, now I'm camera ready to be productive towards my goals. I do my own hair. I do my own self-care. I do everything myself because that's just what I enjoy doing. I enjoy being in the company of my own space. I enjoy doing it my way, doing everything my way, how I want it to be done. I'm really specific on how I want my nails, my toes, my lashes, my hair. So I learned how to do all that stuff myself. That's another thing. When you feeling like overwhelmed or behind, you can pamper yourself, especially if you feel like you don't have the finances to go out and do it. You can take that out of your budget, or you don't even have to take it out of your budget. You can cut down on, like, maybe you'll go get some strip lashes instead of individual lashes. Maybe you'll go and get some press-ons instead of going to get a full set. Maybe you'll just do things to make it easier on yourself and to build a skill while you're trying to get yourself together. Self-care is something that I see. I'm not my best when I don't look my best. I don't feel my best when I don't look my best. I kept telling myself for like however long it took me to do my hair, like, okay, once I do my hair, then I could become more productive. I'll feel better to be productive. So I ended up doing my hair, and then I'm like, all right, you gotta finish your hair so you can get your goals started. And then I did my toes. I haven't done my nails yet, and that is another thing. When you feeling overwhelmed and you want to do your self-care, you can split it into however many days that you want to. So usually I do my hair one day, then I do my nails and toes another day, then I might do my lashes and my eyebrows another day. Sometimes I just do my toes and I don't do my nails, or sometimes I might just do my lashes, don't do my eyebrows, so I might just have toes and lashes. But two things that I always do is my hair and my toes. Every time I look down, I want to see my toenails polished. I don't want to see them looking beat up, busted, and disgusted, okay? Every time. And that make me feel like I'm put together a little bit. As long as my hair and my toes are done, I feel much better. That's one thing that I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed or behind in life. I get that ready first so I can be presentable to the world. Wherever I want to go, whatever I want to do, especially since I'm into content, I get myself together to look presentable, because that affects how I feel and how I show up in the world. So that is a huge thing that I feel like whatever is most important, whatever makes you feel like that girl the most, make sure you keep that done. The next thing I do is I clean up my space. I will reorganize. I will throw things away. I will go through my clothes and throw old clothes away that I haven't worn in months or years, old clothes that I've been hoarding, old clothes that I just don't like no more. That is something that is very hard for me to throw away stuff, because I'll keep boxes that I don't even need no more. Like the camera that I'm recording on, I still have the box to it, and I had another camera before that broke. I still got that box. I got stuff in that box, but bottom line, it is important for you to go through and throw things away and make space. You're gonna feel so renewed. You're just gonna feel like relieved, like, whoo, I got a lot of weight off of me. So definitely I go through, organize, I throw things away, throw papers away. I need to get a shredder. That's probably another thing you could do. Get a shredder. Shred that dead weight off, baby. Shred all of the documents and papers you don't need no more. All the documents from 2009 that you probably still got, throw them away. Okay, so that is another thing. I organize. I just clean things out of my space to make me feel lighter, to make me feel like, okay, I could be more productive now. I did my hair, I did my toes, and now I just cleaned up my space where I spend the most of my time. Whew, I'm ready to conquer the world now after that, okay? The third thing I do when I'm feeling behind or overwhelmed in life I get out my handy dandy planner, baby, and I write everything down, all my ideas, all my content ideas, everything that I have jumbled in here, I write it down. Now, I do currently work a job that I cannot wait to get out of. Like, I cannot wait until I feel like, okay, I've reached a successful point in my life to quit this job. But until then, I write all the days that I work in here, the hours that I work in here, so I can keep my work-life balanced along with my content. Now, when one of these things is out of whack, when my hair is not did, when I'm unorganized in my room, when I got so many papers around and stuff, or I haven't been writing my planner, one of those things is out of whack, it throws me off completely. I be feeling so overwhelmed, like, I gotta figure out how I can get back on track. I be feeling like I have so much to do and I don't know where to start. So a planner is very important, especially if you're an overthinker or you have like a lot of ideas just going and going and going. Definitely a planner. I would also recommend a journal. That is something that I have to get better at. I have not been journaling, but I would recommend that you do get a journal, because I was consistent with journaling at one point, and when I tell you I did see a difference, I noticed a difference, especially in hindsight. Oh, baby, I noticed a difference, okay? Another thing about the planner is, for me, I realized that this is a dateless planner, and I realized that for my job, I want a dated planner. For my content, I want a dateless planner, and then for my financials, I want its own separate planner. So I want 3 different planners, because those are 3 aspects of my life I want to keep organized. Everything right now is in this planner, but I feel like if I had 3 different planners, then I would just feel so much more organized. And on top of that, I love writing, I love planners, I just love stationery. I tell you, I just love stationery. Oh my god, I love stationery. I'm telling you, I'll go to Burlington, I'll go to Ross and just look in a journal aisle and just get things that I probably don't even need. But you have to find out what works best for you, which planner works best for you. And I'm telling you, when you write everything down, you'll feel so much more relieved. Your mind won't be as cluttered, and I feel like you won't be forgetful. You won't be as forgetful as you would if you didn't write it down. Like, when you write it down, you kind of set it in stone, like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Not to mention, when you write things down and you get to go back and check it off, it's just something that is so satisfying about that. You can see your progress, and it's just like, oh my goodness, I really said I was gonna do this and I really did it. And I feel like writing things down in your planner will help you be more productive, on top of all the other things that I named when you're feeling behind or overwhelmed. The 4th thing I do is I budget. Now, for a few months, I did fall off track of my budget, and then I was just door dashing food like crazy, and I'm scared to go back and look at my expenses on DoorDash, because man, door dashing food like crazy, especially when you work a 9 to 5. Once you get into a certain habit, it's kind of hard to get out of that habit. Like, during the summer, I was part-time at my job. I wasn't really getting many hours, so I was able to keep up with my lifestyle more. I had a better work-life balance. I was able to keep up with my budget better. But now I'm full-time at my job, and it's just like, man, it's just like, I went to work and I'm like, okay, I'm hungry, I could do DoorDash this one time. Then the next day, I'm gonna do DoorDash again, ain't got nothing to eat. I'm gonna do DoorDash again, and I just DoorDash for at least 2.5 months straight. I've been doing DoorDash. I just started back doing my budget, because when I see my money stacking, I like that. It just give me that adrenaline. I had started budgeting in the summer and I got really good at it, but I stopped being consistent when I became full-time and I started to do DoorDash like crazy. Then I just started to spend whatever else. So once you get into a good habit, I would say continue to practice discipline on that habit, because in the long run, it's gonna help you. I would definitely say create a budget for yourself, a monthly budget or a bi-weekly budget. I like to do a monthly budget so I could just get all my bills out the way. Let me know if you would like a video on how specifically how I budget and you want me to show you step by step. But I would calculate all my bills, and then however much I made, I subtract my bills, and then from what I have left, I'll add some of that to my savings. I'll add majority of what I have left to my savings, and then keep a few hundred, maybe 100 or 2 to spend. I also try not to spend that, but lately my leisure money, I do DoorDash. We want to cut down on that. So I will also say meal prep. When you feeling behind or overwhelmed, I haven't gotten this far yet. I haven't gotten to the meal prep. I just started back with the self-care. I just started back with the budgeting and the planner and the organizing, and I'm still working on the organization, okay? But I would definitely say make sure you budget, because that is a lifetime skill that will definitely help you in advance. Number 4 or 5, I don't know which number this is, but I would say find a hobby. Baby, hold on. Now, I am a girl of many hobbies, and I just realized that when I watched TikTok and they say a girl should have hobbies. I saw a video that said that, and I'm like, actually, I do have a lot of hobbies. Content creating is one of my main hobbies that I love so much. But my brain was just craving something, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, I couldn't itch that scratch. I think I was watching TikTok, or I just thought of it. I don't really remember how, but reading. Oh yeah, and this book, I ain't finished because I've just been so overwhelmed. But as you can see, this is where I'm at with it. This is where I'm at with it. I ain't finished the book yet. I've been reading this probably since the end of the summer. Don't judge me. I don't even know when I started reading it, but I started reading it right before I came full-time, and then boom, I became full-time and I had to slow down. But get you a hobby. Specifically, if you're a girl that is into books and you just kind of fell off of books, definitely read this book, Demon's Dream. Oh, chef's kiss, okay? I'm telling you, the plot is crazy. You're gonna love this book. If you old enough, I would say if you like 18 or older, probably 17 or older, you can read it. But if you're younger than that, find you a book that is like age appropriate, but still your type of what they call it, carrying on, okay? I would definitely say if you feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling like behind in life or something, get you a hobby to take your mind off of what you're constantly thinking of, because you may be overthinking it. A lot of times I think I can think myself into a solution, and that's not how things work. Sometimes you gotta let it rest and then come back to it later and figure it out. So definitely get you a hobby. I see the girls on TikTok, they be doing Legos. I be seeing girls do pottery. I be seeing the girls do like the air yoga thing. Definitely get you a hobby, and if you're interested, definitely get into books, because the books can take your mind and your imagination to another world, and you can escape the technical reality, and you can just have like free time. I was at first reading all self-help books until I had that itch in my brain, and I'm like, I need something, I don't know what it is, and it was a book, and I got my fix, and I'm just like, yeah, I need to get into books. Definitely gonna give me a Kindle. Don't get me started on the Kindle, girlies. But yes, I would definitely say get you a hobby, get you a book, okay? Oh, let me know if you got any book recommendations that you think I should read. If they're similar to this book, or they're in the same genre, let me know. Or even if they're not in the same genre, if it's just a really good book, let me know. I'm into like urban books. I don't really like vampire like books or anything like that. I'm into urban, a good hood jam, okay? Number 5 or 6, this is the last tip that I have for if you're feeling overwhelmed or behind in life. I would say meditate. Now, I'm not there yet. I have not started back meditating, but at one point when I did used to meditate and journal consistently, in hindsight, it really did help me a lot. And I really do want to get back into meditating, because it's a lot of chaos up here. It's always on go. For me, having the job and then coming home, I go to sleep, and then I'm wake back up, I'm gonna go because I gotta go right back to work. And it's like in between time, I don't really have the me time that I used to have, or that I used to give to myself, because I'm just on go. So I really do want to get back into meditation and managing my emotions, and also I want to get back disciplined, because in a lot of areas I was good at disciplining myself, or being disciplined with certain things like budgeting, being disciplined with writing in my journal, writing in my planner. I definitely want to get back into that, and I definitely will. But also another thing, if you're feeling overwhelmed and behind, you definitely want to take things one step at a time. Like, you don't have to solve everything in one day. Like, you don't have to finish your hair in one day. You don't have to clean your room in one day. I definitely didn't. I still have stuff to clean up in my room. I just finished my hair. It probably took me about over 2 weeks to finish my hair, and that's just because in between work and all those things, I work crazy hours. So it's like lately I have not been putting my peace first. Like, I've just been on go, like kind of like a robot. And I definitely do want to get back into meditating and writing in my journal, and just feeling like calmer and more like mellow. I feel like when I was meditating a lot, I was less judgmental, I was more clear-minded, I was more just peaceful. I would definitely say meditate. I don't really want to sound cliche, but I was gonna say like embrace where you are right now, but you don't have to like embrace where you are, especially if you're not where you want to be. I would just say keep moving, keep going, keep looking forward, and keep doing whatever it is that you love to do. Don't give up on that. But like I said, take things one step at a time. Make sure you write down your goals, make sure you do research towards your goals, but not only research, work towards your goals. I have like investments that I want to do, and like I said, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I don't know where to start, but I know that I do want to get out of my 9-to-5, and I do want to go into full-time entrepreneur. I want to be making a bag off social media. I want to be making a bag off YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I want to take pictures, have fun. I want to travel. I want to make money from doing that. That is what I want my 9-to-5 to be, and these are the steps that I'm not even a 9-to-5, that's what I want my career to be. And these are the steps that I'm taking, and these things have helped me before. So if you feeling overwhelmed, just know that you're not alone. It's okay to start small. It's okay to take things slow. Maybe you could just clean up one corner of your room at a time. Maybe you can part your hair before you start braiding it. You can even wash your hair before you go to your appointment. You can even plan your meals for the week. Or you can even just sit and take a 5-minute breath. Take a nap. All of that is productive, okay? As long as you start and you do little things every day to get to the end goal or the bigger goal. Remember, you still that girl no matter what stage of the process you're in. Progress is not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself in a little ways. You doing good, sister girl. Let me know in the comments one small thing that you're going to do for yourself today to make yourself feel more in control of you, in control of your life, and in control of how you feel. I hope this video was helpful to you, and let me know what was your favorite piece of advice about this video, and what other video would you like to see from me. If you like my content here, make sure to catch me on TikTok. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss a video, and until next time, bye.